Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, if you couldn't already guess by the title and thumbnail, we'll be looking at a scenario where Vietnam forms an empire. So this starts off when some dude is elected inside of Vietnam, which is this red outline nation, by the way. If you're new to these kind of videos, a nation formed of the empire will always be red. Anyway, this guy, he's elected inside of Vietnam, who promised to make the nation great, and to make it a massive empire and stuff. So he'll already have a massive military might, which Vietnam's got a massive population to arm, which will be seen as they'll start sending hunks of troops into Laos and annexing it. Next up, he'll be setting his sights over to the tiny state of Brunei, which will be swiftly encompassed into the empire. And next up, he'll be invading Cambodia, which is a bit slow because it's like an active minefield, basically. But he'll be able to take it over quite fast. And it's at this point, after gaining all French Indochina, he declares himself the emperor. And there's this massive celebration, and now a bunch of countries around them are like, oh my god, this is actually a big country now, specifically these two, so they're like, oh, we might want to get these guys under one of our influences, so we can slam at the other one, you know what I mean? Funny. Anyways, we'll be seeing that Vietnam, after sending loads and loads of troops over to Brunei and getting ready for this campaign, they'll be invading into Malaysia. This goes really well. They capture this island, which we'll be using as a naval base for the Malay Peninsula, and they make lots of attempts at landing over here as well on this coastline. What they really want from Malaysia is the Malacca Strait. That's their main goal for all the economy from ships and shit. Anyways, we'll be able to take north of the Borneo holdings and also over here before it eventually falls. Now, after many failed attempts of landing on the Malay Peninsula, they'll be finally making a successful attempt at landing. And Malaysia's cooked, and to make sure they don't have to fight a big urban battle in Kuala Lumpur, they'll be surrendering over to Vietnam and their demands. So, in a peace treaty, we'll be seeing that Vietnam will be gaining all of the North Borneo Island, and gaining this Malacca Strait plus here. And they just turn the rest of Malaysia into the Malay Peninsula puppet, the Malay Peninsula territories, basically. It's part of Vietnam, but it's not incorporated, so it's like a puppet state. And oh Lord Vietnam, you're really on a roll today, aren't you, boy? So yeah, Vietnam's going to be invading into Thailand now. They're going to start putting lots of troops on the border here, and here, and also here, getting ready for this campaign into Thailand. Now, there's lots of rainforests, especially in the northern regions. Bangkok's here. A lot of fighting's going to be happening around here. Anyways, the invasion starts off really well, as they'll be slamming in with lots of emphasis on this front here. Any Thai attempt at resistance is slamming into a wall. It's insane. Anyways, they'll be pushing up the peninsula really fast, and the troops backing towards Bangkok. And basically, it's they're just protecting the city. So yeah, you can see that their protection is going really well. The troops are pissing themselves for it because they know they're gonna die. But yeah, Bangkok will be taken, and Thailand will be forced to succumb to Thailand's peace treaty. Full annexation, Thailand is one of the strongest nations in their whole region. They're like the regional power in Southeast Asia now, even rivaling Indonesia. They're like the only Southeast Asian country now. There's only like 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, I guess you could count the Malay puppet, which, by the way, did gain land. So, you know how they were like this? Yeah, it's really bad. There's a really bad panhandle right now. You can, like, tell where the old border was. It's, like, here. You can tell. Have a look at that. Because, like, the border styles, you can tell it was drawn by me because it's, like, thicker and shit. Anyways. Like, yeah, they're just really big now. They look like the Khmer Empire, but, like, bigger. Anyways. I don't think they do anything next. They ready up the military, I guess. Yeah, they're gonna be readying up the military for Myanmar, specifically like around here. So they can swoop upwards into here. Which I believe is like the really important areas with like the old capital and shit. Yangon, I think it was. Kim Jong-un is a master of goon. Yeah, they'll be taking over this region, which I believe not too long ago actually declared itself an independent country anyways, so oopsie daisy, let's not get involved in this. But yeah, they'll be trying to cut these guys off now as they move their way over. And Myanmar's cooked. And if you wonder how they do this so quickly, let's just say they have outside funding. So yeah, India will be allowed to take over this whole chunk here because they're going to be now funding Vietnam. If you don't, and Myanmar is only left here now, and this is a Vietnamese puppet state. Don't ask. I don't know myself. To confuse your enemy, you must first confuse yourself. Sun Tzu. Kim Jong-un is the master of goon. So yeah, with Indian funding and stuff, they're going to be taking on a larger target now. Indonesia. Cough, cough, Indonesia. Anyways, they're going to be doing really well over here, even though there's a lot of Indonesian forces coming up. Outside funding. They vibing right now, bro. Anyways, they can be doing some modern warfare tactics, trust. Over here, oh crud. Dykes, don't draw on there. Meh. As using those modern warfare tactics, they're gonna storm through Borneo all by themselves. India's basically carrying over there. But now they come to a state of peace. Because Indonesia's made it so no one can make any landings past this line. So they can't get through. But obviously now they can't get through because they get obliterated. So yeah, Indonesia will be forced to succumb to a peace treaty, which isn't too bad. Oh crap, I forgot to color in India. So yeah, this is the peace treaty, guys. Vietnam formed a very big empire today. I'm gonna show, oh yeah, I'm gonna cover as well. So they gain all of Borneo now, and most of Sumatra. India gains this little strip here. So they basically have full control of the Bay of Bengal now. So now they can just basically navally blockade Bangladesh if necessary. I don't know why they'd want to, but like whatever. But one bit of land they didn't occupy is Celebes. This is because now they're gonna be in like an economic alliance and stuff with the remainder of Indonesia. Indonesia's basically cooked, or like they're unrecognizable. I'm gonna now show you before and after of this video. That's fast. Wait, let me turn down my auto clicker. Look at that. Very, very big. Very, very big. Oh, this is gonna be like an seizure party. Anyways, goodbye, guys.